Ah, la televisión me respeta. Se ríe conmigo, no de mí.
¡Estúpido!
A lo largo de la historia, el aparato propagandístico del gobierno de los Estados Unidos ha creado la imagen de distintos enemigos de esa nación. Así, los pobladores originarios de Norteamérica, los anarquistas, los comunistas y los pueblos islámicos han sido presentados en distintas épocas como el enemigo común del pueblo norteamericano. La imagen del supuesto enemigo es construida con base a la presentación distorsionada de grupos que, por su raza, ideología, intereses económicos o políticos, son considerados como contrarios al poder hegemónico estadounidense. Ese proceso de construcción se basa en presentar insistentemente al supuesto enemigo como una entidad extraña, incomprensible y abstracta.
Estos son los grandes planes de López Obrador, un peligro para México.
México ha enfrentado uno de los problemas más serios de los últimos años, una emergencia sanitaria provocada por la aparición de un nuevo virus que hasta el jueves pasado era absolutamente desconocido, no solo en México, sino en todo el mundo.
La pandemia, como todos sabemos, significa la universalización de una epidemia. Entonces, la naturaleza de esta pandemia es que hay un caso, 10 casos en México, 3 o 4 en Canadá, 1 en el Congo belga, 3 en Sudáfrica, y a partir de esto se empieza a celebrar todo el boom de los medios masivos de comunicación que para eso están.
Joanna Burke, autora del libro El miedo, una historia cultural, sostiene que el miedo es utilizado como un arma de dominación política y de control social, mediante la creación de falsos escenarios de inseguridad ciudadana.
Trinidad vive con miedo. Ya no es suficiente cerrar su casa y estar alerta.
La doctora Burke informa que los medios de comunicación masiva son los principales propulsores de temor en la población.
Había otro sobreviviente a la masacre de inmigrantes. Llegan a Honduras 16 cadáveres.
Otro asesinato de jóvenes en Ciudad Juárez, esta vez en una fiesta. Asesinan a 13 en un centro de rehabilitación de drogas, ahora en Tijuana. Pánico y una estampida humana en Monterrey.
La amplia cobertura que dan las dos principales televisoras mexicanas al llamado combate a la delincuencia organizada no contribuye a la comprensión de los sucesos y hace de la violencia un espectáculo que infunde temor.
En todos los lugares de México, a todas horas, somos rehenes de la delincuencia. Estamos perdiendo la batalla contra los delincuentes. Alguien debe renunciar y dejar el paso a gente que tenga la capacidad de protegernos.
Si las autoridades no pueden, que nos dejen solos y vamos a decidir qué hacer.
Estos locutores no se dirigen a Felipe Calderón, sino a Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas.
Tal vez esto me cueste el trabajo o me manden quitar el programa. Señor Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas, es la ciudad que usted nos está dejando. Está queriendo ser candidato de la República y nos están matando a los mexicanos. ¡Basta ya de eso, hombre!
Es la transmisión especial que TV Azteca y Televisa organizaron el 8 de junio de 1999, minutos después del asesinato del cómico Francisco Stanley. Una asonada en contra de Cárdenas, entonces principal líder de oposición y jefe de gobierno del Distrito Federal, promovida por los empresarios de la televisión.
Si las autoridades no pueden, que renuncien. Si sí pueden, que cumplan, pero que ya no hablen.
Para el propietario de TV Azteca, un solo homicidio ameritaba en 1999 la renuncia de un gobernante identificado con la izquierda. Pero 12 años después, la ejecución de más de 40,000 mexicanos motivaba su apoyo a un gobernante de derecha, el señor Calderón.
Por primera vez en la historia de México, se ha firmado un documento fundamental para los tiempos que vivimos en nuestro país.
Es el Acuerdo para la Cobertura Informativa de la Violencia, un pacto de los empresarios de la radio y la televisión.
Los medios debemos condenar y rechazar la violencia motivada por la delincuencia organizada.
Debemos promover que la ciudadanía denuncie a los delincuentes.
Los medios toman parte activa en la guerra del señor Calderón.
En marzo de 2009, el gobierno del presidente de la República, a través de la PGR, presentó a los 37 delincuentes más buscados en México, los que causaron muertes, secuestros, extorsiones y violencia.
Cientos de miles de mensajes como este fueron difundidos en 4 años y medio.
Seguiremos debilitando a la delincuencia organizada para que la droga no llegue a tus hijos. Gobierno federal.
La noche del domingo 31 de enero de 2010, estos y 11 jóvenes más fueron asesinados por un grupo de sicarios en la colonia Villas de Salvarcar, de Ciudad Juárez. En visita oficial a Japón, Felipe Calderón declaraba que la matanza había sido una pelea entre pandilleros. 12 días más tarde, presidía un acto oficial en Ciudad Juárez.
Yo no le puedo decir bienvenido porque para mí no lo es, ¿sí? Y yo quiero que se haga justicia, no nomás para mis 2 niños, sino para todos los demás niños, ¿sí? Quiero que usted diga lo que usted se retracte de lo que dijeron, ¿sí? Lo que usted dijo, que eran pandilleros, mentira. Uno de mis hijos está en Aguas, ¿sí? Y el otro está en la prepa.
What do you want me to talk about?
Yeah.
A fraud? No, it wasn't a fraud, but I'll be glad to talk to you if you'll shut up and let me talk. Now, a fraud? Let me tell you something. I'll tell you a couple of stories about fraud. The Bohemian Club. As you say, the Bohemian Club? That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right? I've never been to the Bohemian Club, but you ought to go. It'd be good for you. Get some fresh air.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers? I said, sure, I'd love to. And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see, we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we can run pipelines from the Caspian Sea. We're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished. Chavez they didn't accomplish. And he said you're going to see guys going into caves looking for looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he was laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because so it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He said, but the media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things. You keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, then you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and it's all one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another.
Remember that every single man, woman, and child in the state of South Carolina awakens to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. I would remind people every single morning we all awaken to a safer, freer world because of George Bush. And Nicole, I would remind you and the people of Florence that all of us awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George Bush. They themselves awaken every single day to a freer, safer world because of George.
This will be a monumental struggle of good versus evil.
Está en la línea el presidente del Grupo Televisa, Emilio Azcárraga Gallán. Emilio, ¿qué reflexión a partir de lo que estamos viviendo?
Como lo he dicho en otras ocasiones, Carlos, en México somos muchos más los buenos que los malos.
Y una vez más, comprobar que los buenos son mucho más que los malos.
Los buenos somos más. Mi México, 200 años de libertad.
La lucha de los buenos, encabezada por Felipe Calderón y sus amigos, contra los malos.
Lo que hay al momento de hacer este performance de guerra contra el narco es una narrativa escandalosa de los grupos, hay una sobredimensión de los mismos grupos, con la idea de que entre más grande es el enemigo, pues mayor eres tú, entre más maligno es el adversario, tú eres más bueno. A la fecha se muere más gente por tuberculosis que por la violencia del narco. Y ahí no hay discursos, no hay declaraciones, no vemos a Calderón vestido de doctor en la Sierra Tarahumara ayudando a los rarámuris. Ahí no, porque eso no genera el miedo que necesitabas para poder mantenerte en el cargo sin pueblo, sin tener pueblo. O sea, porque Calderón es un presidente sin pueblo.
Señor Ernesto Castillo, señor Castillo, señor Ernesto Castillo, señor Castillo, señor Castillo, señor Castillo.
Este 3 de marzo no habrá nada más importante que ver el inicio de Big Brother. Comienza el reto Big Brother.
Why do you think they have made a Big Brother TV program? To program people's minds and get them used to the idea of living under constant surveillance, and to like it, and volunteer to take part in it. Why do you think they are called programs? It is because they are used for mind control, brainwashing, programming of the public's minds into obeying and sleepwalking whilst following their New World Order hidden agenda. The sleeper must awaken. The sleeper must awaken. The television is the greatest mind control and propaganda weapon ever invented. Do you think you should be paying for a TV license to fund all their programming of your mind and the lies and propaganda they are broadcasting to deceive, brainwash, control and enslave everyone, including you? Does the TV and watching it not already control most of your life and the way you think? Do you think you should be paying for all those CCTV cameras and their operatives to spy on you everywhere you go so they can enslave you and fine you, thereby stealing your money for doing nothing wrong? Especially when they use your own money from those fines and taxes to pay for even more CCTV cameras, so you have even less privacy and freedom. And then they claim that the cameras do not work when there is a real crime being committed by the people who control the cameras. Don't you realize that in paying fines and taxes you are actually paying for the chains they are using to enslave you with? Wake up, look and see the reality that you are actually paying for them to turn you into their slave. The government is continually and illegally passing new legislation to restrict your freedom and obtain more and more information about you to control you, and yet they themselves are becoming more and more secretive and out of control. They have turned the relationship between the people and government into the opposite of what it should be. It should be public servants serving the people, not the people serving public government masters or, more accurately, dictators.
His name is Charlie. He was born 72 days ago. He's such a beautiful creature. Look at him. What a nice baby. He's got his whole life ahead of him. Like every other average American baby, over the next year he will explore every single thing around him. Everything's new for Charlie. Everything's a mystery. Everything's weird, but attractive. Charlie is curious. He's so charming, so lovable, so cute, and his mind is so fragile. By the time Charlie reaches the age of 65, he will have seen 2 million TV commercials. By the time he reaches the age of 18, Charlie will have seen 200,000 violent acts on television, or even much more through its electronic equivalent. In his early years, Charlie won't be able to distinguish between commercials and TV programs. He won't recognize that commercials are trying to sell him something. At age 3, Charlie will recognize brand logos. Brand loyalty influence will start at age 2. Charlie will watch 3 hours and 46 minutes of TV every day. That's more than 52 days of uninterrupted invasive TV programming per year. Charlie will be exposed to audiovisual interactive entertainment for more than 5 hours a day, nearly 1/3 of his waking time. By the age of 65, Charlie will have spent nearly 9 years glued to a television or its electronic equivalent. His name is Charlie, age 72 days. Charlie will be addicted to an electronic drug. Charlie's mind will be brainwashed and manipulated. His life will be programmed by powerful corporations or their economical equivalent. His name is Charlie, age 72 days. His name is Charlie. The system will control his habits. The system will fabricate his fears. The system will feed his insecurities. It will deform his vision. His body will not belong to him. His mind will not belong to him. His ideas will not belong to him. Charlie is a product designed to consume other products. He will feel the urge to buy anything the media tells him to buy and become what the media wants him to be. His name is Charlie. One day, Charlie will die. And what is the answer the media will have ready for him when he starts asking questions about life's most enigmatic mystery? Life is short. Buy more.
La ignorancia y la mediocridad. Hacer que el público sea incapaz de comprender las tecnologías y los métodos utilizados para su control y su esclavitud. La calidad de la educación dada a las clases sociales inferiores debe ser la más pobre y mediocre posible, de forma que la distancia entre estas y las clases altas permanezca inalterable en el tiempo y sea imposible de alcanzar una auténtica igualdad de oportunidades para todos. Estimular al público a ser complaciente con la mediocridad. Promover al público a creer que es moda el hecho de ser vulgar e inculto, mal hablado, admirador de gente sin talento alguno, a despreciar lo intelectual, exagerar el valor del culto al cuerpo y el desprecio por el espíritu.
La fuerza de la imagen permite que todos los mensajes conecten directamente con el inconsciente. Modifican la percepción de la realidad con elementos audiovisuales y generalmente no se trata de provocar reacciones reflexivas o de producir material con fines artísticos. Se trata de vender una realidad que no existe. La realidad que las grandes corporaciones, los propietarios de los medios, el gobierno y las llamadas instituciones quieren que se perciba. Para la mayoría de los ciudadanos de México, tener un monitor en la sala de su casa es indispensable y un monitor de grandes dimensiones una fantasía realizable.
We're in a lot of trouble because you people and and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. And when the largest company in the world controls the most awesome goddamn propaganda force in the whole godless world, who knows what shit will be peddled for truth on this network. So you listen to me. Listen to me. Television is not the truth. Television is a goddamn amusement park. Television is a circus, a carnival, a traveling troupe of acrobats, storytellers, dancers, singers, jugglers, sideshow freaks, lion tamers, and football players. We're in the boredom-killing business. But you people sit there day after day, night after night, all ages, colors, creeds. We're all you know. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
Really important is, I call it the felt presence of direct experience, which is a fancy term which just simply means we have to stop consuming our culture. We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR. Create your own roadshow, the nexus of space and time where you are now is the most immediate sector of your universe. And if you're worrying about Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or somebody else, then you are disempowered. You're giving it all away to icons. Icons which are maintained by an electronic media, so that you want to dress like X or have lips like Y or something. This is shit-brained, this kind of thinking. That is all cultural diversion, and what is real is you and your friends and your associations, your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. And we're told, no. We're unimportant. We're peripheral. Get a degree, get a job, get a this, get a that, and then you're a player. You don't even want to play in that game. You want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron consuming all this trash that's being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world. Where is that at?
Hello, Radio Olympia. This is direct television from the studios of the Alexander Palace.
The battle of Britain is about to begin. Upon this battle depends the survival of Christian civilization.
Yesterday,
Upon it depends our own British
December
life.
7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
Men will still say, this was their final hour.
Sir William Crookes was a highly respected physicist in the Victorian era. Crookes not only attended dark mirror rituals at the Golden Dawn, but was also a leading member of the Society for Psychical Research. Sir William Crookes had invented several devices which could measure the existence of tiny elementary particles, such as electrons. Sir William Crookes
believed that spirits in the ether were capable of moving small primary particles such as electrons and protons. William Crookes developed the cathode ray tube, the most important element to a modern television, firing billions of electrons at a glass screen covered in phosphorus. These pioneering experiments produced amorphous, fuzzy speckles on a glass screen. By staring at the cathode ray tube image, Crookes realized that spirits might somehow be invoked to arrange these particles into an image of the spirit world. Crookes experimented with the cathode ray tube and placed a Maltese cross inside it and bombarded it with streams of electrons. The Maltese cross is an ancient emblem used by magicians, Kabbalists, royal Satanists, Nazis, and the infamous American Phi Beta Kappa secret society. Crookes managed to project a shadowy image at the other end of the cathode ray tube, which was the first ever electrically created image known to man. In his memoirs, Sir William Crookes said that it might be possible for spirits to influence streams of tiny particles. Sir William Crookes would go on to become president of the Society for Psychical Research and inspired Sir Oliver Lodge's research into the ether and the spirit world. The Crookes version of the cathode ray tube would become the most fundamental component in the development of television devised 40 years later by the Scotsman John Logie Baird. Television, an invention which would eventually enslave and hypnotize the entire world, was inspired in part by research into the spirit world.